खैर हमारे साथ अब रघु कुमार भी जुड़े, उनसे बात करते हैं। रघु, मॉर्निंग टू यू, शुक्रिया इस बातचीत में शामिल होने के लिए। नाउ व्हाट्स योर व्यू ऑन मार्केट, बिकॉज you know there was one concern that the Q2 numbers will not be good. So far at least markets have been lucky because जो large cap numbers आए हैं, maybe they are better than expected, or at least they have met the expectation. So there is no sense of disappointment so far in the market. Obviously as we get deeper into the result season there will be more results, but at this point we are already looking at levels above previous highs in Nifty, which was 6140. What's your view on markets?
Good morning. Well, right now the markets are definitely on an upward surge. You know, on a day-by-day basis, you can see that the markets are improving from all sectors. So there's no reason to doubt that the markets are going to, you know, not continue on this upward movement. Of course, there is the RBI meeting at the end of the month where they will decide on whether they want to increase the repo rate by 25 basis points or by 50 basis points. In my personal view, I think they will actually raise it by 50 basis points because right now the RBI's major concern, major focus is to really attack the inflation. So because of that, you know, the market will be waiting to see how the RBI responds to, you know, the inflation numbers that came out yesterday. Now, as far as other, you know, factors are concerned, the earnings reports, of course, will be factored in, and the markets will be closely paying attention to that. And then as far as the U.S. Government shutdown is concerned, there has been some updates overnight where it seems like the U.S. is actually making some progress, and there are talks that perhaps that by the 18th of October some resolution will be passed. So if a resolution is passed, that's going to be very good for the markets, and we can expect the markets to continue their upward surge.
All right. What's your take on mid-cap banks? कल इनफैक्ट जो हाउसिंग फाइनेंस कंपनीज हैं उन पर भी खबर आई थी, LIC हाउसिंग फाइनेंस ने होम लोन्स के रेट में कटौती की है, बट इट्स वन ऑफ द रेयर केसेस जिसमें ऐसा हुआ है। ओवरऑल आपका व्यू क्या है मिड-कैप बैंक्स पे?
Well, with mid-cap banks, there was a very good news that was announced yesterday by the by the RBI, that they would be allowing U.S. banks to invest in India and actually set up branches and subsidiaries. So that's very good news. So a lot of banks actually went up in value yesterday, mid-cap banks. So overall, I would be on the bullish side with mid-cap banks.
Raghu, you want to add any last-minute picks?
Sure, absolutely. You know, you definitely want to keep an eye out for all the earnings reports on the IT stocks. TCS earnings reports are going to be coming out, and you want to keep a close eye on that. But that being said, the IT sector overall has been doing very well this year. So regardless of what numbers do come out, it's always a safe pick to stick with IT.
और एक्चुअली तो आईटी के साथ बने रहिए। रघु की ये राय है कि ये एक सेफ बैठे और यहाँ पर उम्मीद से बेहतर नंबर्स देखने को। रघु, वेरी क्विकली, व्हाट्स योर टेक ऑन सम ऑफ दीज हेवी मूविंग मेटल स्टॉक्स लाइक टाटा स्टील, JPSO से सेसा स्टरलाइट?
Yeah, it really all depends on how the market, you know, reacts to all the news that comes out today with the earnings reports. So based on the earnings reports, we can expect some of these stocks to stay range bound for the most part. But sector-wide speaking, you know, most stocks should appreciate throughout the day because of the upward surge in the markets that we've seen in the recent past.
All right, Raghu, thanks for joining us. शुक्रिया इस बातचीत में शामिल होने के लिए. Pleasure having you on the show. अब वक्त है हमारी